For Pride 2026, I made 3 lists. The first of which I'm going to talk about is called The Campy and the Chaotic. I love camp, and I also love chaos in movies, not in my real life. So, Serial Mom, Crybaby, and Hairspray, these are 3 movies that are by John Waters, who's a director. Look him up if you haven't seen him. There's a recent Las Culturistas episode with him that I still need to listen to. So, Serial Mom is amazing. Kathleen Turner in it is just everything. And Ricky Lake is in all 3 of these movies. Love her down. I think she's the best Tracy Turnblad that we've ever had. Johnny Depp is in Crybaby. Hairspray, I think that the like non-musical version is my preference because I saw it first, and I also just think it's really good. But I'm a Cheerleader, Natasha Lyonne, RuPaul, Eddie Cibrian. They get into a conversion camp. It may not be funny if that is a part of the world that you grew up in, but for somebody like me who didn't, it just seemed really like this can't be real. I know it's some people's reality, so this might be triggering for some people. Showgirls, Jesse Spano is all I can say. Like the memes, Jesse Spano, just Jesse Spano. Death Becomes Her, saw the Broadway show, so funny, so good. I love how aware it is that it became a gay camp classic. And Goldie Hawn, very good. Meryl Streep doing humor, A1. Meryl Streep and her humor bag is always really good. Drop Dead Gorgeous, oh my goodness. Denise Richards, so good. Kirsten Dunst and so many other legends. This movie is so funny, especially if you're not from the Midwest and you maybe think about what the Midwest is like. And maybe if you're from the Midwest, maybe you have some opinions about how realistic this is. Adam's Family Part 2. It's the one where Morticia is like, really, Debbie? Pastels? Chicago, duh. Like, F words, lock in. Rent, a given. Spice World. My mom took me to see this when I was a young one. Shout out to her. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original, even though the main featured actress in that one is also canceled, I really liked the movie because I thought it was really good. Also, Hilary Swank is in this, which you're like, oh, that's really fascinating. The Witches of Eastwick. I mean, you got, what's that man's name? Jack Nicholson. You have Cher. You have Michelle Pfeiffer and Susan Sarandon. You have like the tour de force of acting people, and it's witches, and gays seem to really love witchcraft. So that leads me to Practical Magic. Same. The Heathers is sort of Jawbreakers and Mean Girls before there was anything. And so shout out to the originators. Edward Scissorhands, Tim Burton, gonna put him to the side in the disdain, and Johnny Depp. But this movie is so good. Like, it's really good. The Craft, duh, Rachel True holding it down for the black girlies. Bring It On. If you remember that scene where they were talking about the things they were talking about, couldn't be clearer. Okay, so now we'll move into part 2. Moonlight, duh, only queer film to my knowledge to have won Best Picture. Shout out to the black gays for always being a cut above the rest. Brokeback Mountain, that won some things. Shout out to Heath Ledger, R.I.P., and Jake Gyllenhaal, and Anne Hathaway, and Michelle Williams. Not the bridge Michelle Williams, the white actress one. Tar, oh my goodness. Just Kate Blanchett, you are everything. You are everything and you deserve the world. Tar is wonderful. Please, if you've seen Tar, let me know your thought. I love Tar so bad. Talented Mr. Ripley, I think I saw it when I was younger. I honestly don't really remember it. Call Me By Your Name, I'm not really interested in the white, gay, coming of age genre, so it exists, but I'm sure that this will make sense for someone. Interview with the Vampire, my God, today. Brad Pitt looks so good. Tom Cruise actually looks good, and I don't like to typically give him his things, but he looks good. Same with Antonio Banderas, even though his role is very short. Before there was Twilight, there was Interview with the Vampire in terms of sexy vampires. The Favorite, couldn't get through it, but heard that it's gay. Bound, didn't see it. Pillion, I have a whole like article that I wrote on Substack about Pillion and like kink and the kink curve and BDSM. You should check that out. The Eyes of Tammy Faye, that's like incidentally gay. If you know, you know. I think it was Jessica Chastain. It could have been the other redhead one, but it was really good. Rent again comes back. Chicago again comes back. Dear White People also, because we don't typically get college coming of age movies that feature black queer men. Okay, this third list is scheduled to be sent out tomorrow at 12:30. So depending on when it's uploaded, you might be seeing this early. This is my black and queer-ish. So there are things that are not explicitly queer, but like kind of are. And I would say like my way of framing this is before we as gays had housewives, and by we I mean black gays, we had these films to recreate, quote, and reenact. So if you're on Twitter, you know how much Halle Berry loves Baps, and we love Baps as well, and we love that she loves it because her doing what she did, it Baps is just for the gay black boys growing up. Baps was our Pocahontas, our I don't know, like Sleeping Beauty, whatever the Disney princesses are. That's what Baps was for the black gays. The Wiz, it goes without saying, the way that like the ancestral gays were going up for Judy Garland. Like if you've seen The Wiz, you know as a black gay that The Wiz is that girl. Also, if you've ever seen Paris is Burning, when Dorian is being like Lena Horne, Dreamgirls, the number of black gays who will bust out that Curtis was supposed to love me or any of the myriad of other songs. Shout out to One Night Only, because which one did you prefer? The disco or the heartfelt? Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul, a real sleeper. You would be surprised. I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a reason I added it to this list. Pariah, I saw that. I will say that there are not enough movies about lesbians and maybe, or black lesbians. To Wong Fu, Thank You for Everything, Julie Newmar. Let me just tell you, Wesley Snipes and Patrick Swayze, two super macho men who made all of these action movies in the 90s or whatever, so good as, I guess, drag queens, cross dressers. I don't know what it would have been described at the time, in probably different language now, but let me just say Wesley Snipes as Noxema is so good. That man's face card never declines. He looks good in everything. Problematic personal life, but he looks very good, at least back then. Paris is Burning, obvious reasons. It's where all of your slang came from. If you all of your slang, black gay, white gay, black women, white people. It's not Gen Z slang. Some of it has grown into AAVE, but that is all due to Paris Burning. Boomerang. I forget what his name is. The guy who like introduces us to Strange and Strange's brother, who she mentions, and what Strange does in the restaurant when she puts her leg on the table. And then I'll mention Dear White People. So this is queer because of Lionel, but there's some other elements that we could have explored. Like, we never really hear about DL women in college, but Twitter and TikTok tell me that there are a lot of them. Why is that? And they usually say that there's one sorority that has a lot of them. Undercover Brother, in my opinion, if this were made today, there would absolutely be a black queer villain. And I think that the way that they would play it might be that he's actually a straight man who is pretending to be gay, rather than, you know, if you haven't seen Undercover Brother, like, you won't get it. But I just feel in my heart that there would be a black queer character in this, and it would be really, really, really good.